When it comes to judging animals in the field, I think for most of us, we have a problem of, trying to figure out, what am I looking at? I think for most of us, when we judge animals in the field, we feel as if we're not really sure what we're shooting. And that's really mostly the case. Whether you're on Ranger or any difficulty, when you look at the stars that represent these animals' age cycle, you really don't know what you're shooting. Everything is not guaranteed. So the way I like to look at it is that if you have like a 1 star, you kind of want to assume really that it's between 1 to 50%. Right? Again, these things are not in stone. You still have to be cautious of what you're shooting, but at least you have sort of a ballpark as to how you can kind of simplify in your mind what you're seeing. If you have like a 2 or a 3 star, you can assume that it's 50% to like 80, about 85%. If you have like a 3 to a 5 star, then basically you have about 85 to 100%. Now, again, these things are risky. You really don't know what you're shooting, but at least depending on the habitat that you're in, when you see these stars, you can kind of think, this is what the genetic makeup of these animals are. So you can make an informed decision. I think the game does a really good job of randomizing this. Not knowing what you're shooting, everything is a risk. I think it really, really adds character to the game and really prolongs the life of the game, really, if that's what you're into. I have a beautiful big boy here, man. Loving that antler. His head there, nice rack. Problem is, I don't think it is symmetrical. He's definitely a big boy. Very intrigued to see what his genetics are, because judging the other herds, the other members of the herds, looks incredible. So he gotta be something special, even if he's like a 3 to a 4 star. Definitely worth taking a look at. I spooked them on my way down here, so that's why they're pretty much just standing there. I don't want to get too close, so I gotta be very patient and kind of wait for them to return to their pattern a little bit. See if I can get a nice broadside shot on this guy. So I'm zeroed for about 150, and I think that's good enough. Just need a nice broadside here. I'm not going to risk it with this quarter shot, especially with the man liquor or any gun, or any gun, because I think with the changes to the lungs, where they've kind of beefed up the lungs a little bit, so we won't get a lot of one shots. I think we're seeing where animals are not bleeding as they should or as they're used to, and tracking is a whole lot longer if your shots are not great. So it's definitely something you want to consider. Shot placement is very important going forward, it's always been, but now it's even more important. So I'm waiting for a nice broadside here so I can take this guy out. Because I'm not going to risk the shot from this angle. I gotta prepare if I gotta act quickly. Hoping that's a good shot. Might have gone a little high on him, but yeah, he's hurt. We can see him hobbling over there, so I think we did good. Just a matter of trying to see where he goes, because can't really trust the initial shot, because tracking can be very, very, very tough. But I think we have a general idea of where he's at. I think it's really, really exciting when you feel judging animals now. With all the different racks that we have gotten, the variations, that you can kind of almost tell now what genetics some animals are. Some more than others, like the deer, like the whitetails, the muleys, the red deers. You can really, really see good variations where you can kind of make a really good informed decision. Other species, not so much. But with the last patch, we got some nice variations with the mule deers. I'm really happy that the devs are giving us a little bit more variations, at least making what we have better. So we can, you know, better judge these animals, have a bit more variations. I know the community wants, you know, a lot more crazy racks and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure how feasible that is within the vision of the devs for the game, but what they are doing so far for us, I think it's fantastic. So our guy is just up ahead. So he didn't go too far. But his herd looks amazing. I'm definitely going to do a follow-up on them and take out at least maybe 2 more. Beautiful, beautiful herd. Look at the rack on this guy. Holy moly. So from about 132 meters out, got a nice left lung here. It's almost a bad shot. If it did hit the intestines, I probably would have been a lot of tracking, or he probably would not have died. That was close. Ooh. Holy, we got a 5-star baby. 99.35%. What did he score? 469. Oh man, look at that beast. 5-star in this area. Definitely was not expecting that. That is incredible. Yeah, I definitely gotta see what else is in this herd. That is fantastic. That's a big boy, man. Kinda had my doubts. Based on the rack, I'm thinking, probably gonna be fooling me here, gonna be trolling me. And I'm really, really happy that worked out, man. That is awesome. Very, very successful hunt. Well, thank you for watching, hunters. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, if you feel judging, if you encounter like a 1 or a 2-star, you want to assume that it's a low genetic, between 1 to 50%. If you encounter like a 2 or 3-star, 50 to about 85%. If you have like a 3 or 5-star, 85 to 100%. Again, these are not set in stone, but this is the ballpark you want to kind of, you know, keep in mind, because I know it can be a little bit taxing when you see something in the wild. You have to sort of break down how many days, how many years. At least you can think on a more simple, you know, in a more simple fashion and say, okay, this guy is probably around this ballpark. And it might help you. And it might help you overall, judging years or age. So let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening.